Hey gang, my name's Devin Payton and welcome to Range Control. We'll call it version 2. This is a teaser video of what I've been working on. So Range Control, this version of it anyway, is a custom web application that replaces a suite of PowerShell scripts I wrote several years ago called Range Control. The application itself, the legacy one, deployed virtual machines and provisioned users in an Active Directory and vCenter environment. This one is a little bit different. So this is a custom web application that does replace those scripts that I wrote a few years ago. It uses Django and Python, fronted by an Nginx web server where SSL terminates. So this domain name, I wouldn't bother trying to go there because it resolved to a set of private IP addresses in my home lab. So credentials in this case are stored in FreeIPA, and the backend virtualization platform in this case is Proxmox. It used to be vCenter, but I wanted to make the change because many organizations, student groups, cybersecurity clubs, they can't afford to have a multi-ESXi host, a vCenter cluster. It's just not tenable from a financial standpoint. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log in as an administrator and show you what's going on. Okay, when I log in, rather than being dropped into, say, a vCenter or a Proxmox interface, I have something that sort of simplifies or distills the essential functions necessary for someone who needs to either administrate a range or be a user of the range. And we're in its admin right now. So I have a bunch of virtual machines here. I can sort them. I can search for them. We'll go ahead and filter them on running virtual machines. So I can pop into a virtual machine by just clicking on this monitor icon, and it'll open up a basic no VNC connection to that virtual machine, and I can log in and perform whatever actions I want to. Various other administrative functions they mostly work, but not necessarily across a Proxmox cluster. That's something I'm working on. Specifically, the networking is pretty complicated. So one feature is just a simple clone. I can take a VM and clone it. Let's call this B-sides 3. I can also assign it to a user or a group. That changes the access control list on that virtual machine. So when I log in as that user or a member of a group, I will be able to see that VM. And if I don't enjoy those privileges, I won't. I can also network it as well. So let me just clone it, and it's cloning B-sides 3, VM127. We'll see that a little bit later. Another thing that is helpful. Let's say I want to deploy 3 VMs for 30 users all at one time. I can do that. So I can create essentially a manifest of virtual machines to be deployed, and then I can go back and I can play that deployment plan, and it will clone multiple virtual machines for every user or group in that list. Let's go back a little bit more. So user group and network provisioning. This is something where I can connect to FreeIPA and add users and groups on the fly. So I would have a user CSV given a user identifier like JDoe, the given name, an SN in this case, so that's like jdoe at example.com, and an email as well if I wanted that as well. You don't necessarily have to have the email, although in this case it's the same, right? Moving right along. So this doesn't necessarily work yet. So I want to be able to add a network for a group. Let's say I'm creating a class. We'll call it Defense Against the Dark Arts 101, right? I want to have a a network that represents a wide area network for that group, as well as a network or multiple networks for each individual user in that group. And this is how I'd go about doing that. I'm not going to run this right now because it's really pinned to one Proxmox node, when you really want to be able to use technology such as VXLAN to create these virtual networks that span the entire cluster. So this is something I'm working on. I hope to have this functionality done by this year, into this year. Okay, let's go back to the VM-less. So some functionality that I'm working on, not quite prime time. I want to be able to select multiple VMs and delete them, right? This feature doesn't quite work yet. So let's take a look at how this might look as a user. So I'll log out. Let me come in as a unprivileged user. So this user has a couple virtual or a single virtual machine assigned to them. So let's log in. And as you can see here, this interface is simplified quite a bit. So wouldn't it be great to log in to vCenter and just see the VMs that you want to access? So I can pop in here and I can interact with the console. Some of the other things that I want to do is I want to be able to allow the user to adjust the network on the fly just to those networks that they have access to. So in a nutshell, that's what's going on with RangeControl2. Again, I hope to have at least a beta release public in GitHub by the end of this year. So come December, when I have some time to work on it, again, I will communicate with the people that are following my YouTube. Bye now.